Yo, what's up, everybody? This is LB back at y'all with another one. Shout out to my brother Kicking TV, Behind These Sports Podcast, True Raw for TV, Black Reality TV, KQKC Boxing Network, along with the other brothers in the Lions Den basketball community. Make sure to go subscribe to those respective channels. Also, give the video a like, hit subscribe. Let's talk about this. So, this article is coming from the Washington Post, and this was a story that originated, I'd say about close to a couple years now. There's this girl by the name of Chrystul Kizer. Now, this girl, she was accused of shooting and killing her alleged sex trafficker. Now, she is facing life in prison for this incident. What up, 89 TV? TJ, wouldn't you like to know? Salute to y'all. Right? Now, this incident is coming out of Wisconsin again, but this time it's in Kenosha, Wisconsin. So I'm gonna talk about the December article that came down on December 17th in 2019, and then we're gonna fast forward to today, a couple days ago. So it's a metal cuff strained against her ankles as she shuffled down the courthouse hallway. She passed her mother, who had grown used to seeing her teen daughter in jail uniform. She passed activists who saw her as a victim of child sex trafficking. She entered the courtroom where she was facing life in prison on charges of murdering her alleged sex trafficker. Now, Chrystul looked up at him, then down her hands. She sat between the public defenders assigned to her when she couldn't afford her own lawyer. Besides them was the DA, the lead prosecutor of Kenosha County, the lakefront community of about 169,000 people between Milwaukee and Chicago. Now, both sides agreed to hear certain facts about what had brought them there. Now, back in February 2018, police arrested Villar on charges including child sexual assault. This is a guy by the name of Randy Villar. He was 33 years old at the time when he met the girl, Chrystul, at the time when she was 16. But the system ended up releasing him without bail. Now, Randy Villar, a white man, remained free for 3 months, even after police discovered evidence that he was abusing about a dozen underage black girls. He remained free until Chrystul, then 17, went to his house one night in June and allegedly shot him in the head twice. She lit his body on fire, police said, and fled in his car. Now, a few days later, she confessed to the DA, Michael Gravely, whose office knew about the evidence against Villar but waited to prosecute him, charged Chrystul with arson and first-degree intentional homicide, an offense that carries a mandatory life in prison sentence in Wisconsin. Now, Gravely says she believes Chrystul's crime was premeditated. The evidence, he argued, shows she planned to murder Villar so she could steal his BMW. Now, Chrystul, now 19 years old, maintained she was defending herself. Speaking publicly from jail for the first time, she said that when she told Villar she didn't want to have sex that night, he pinned her to the floor. Now, she said that she said that she didn't intentionally try to do it. Now, her case comes at a time when police and prosecutors across the country are reevaluating how victims of sex trafficking should be treated. Now, earlier that year, Tennessee released Centoya Brown, whose story went viral in the midst of the Me Too movement. Now, she was sent to prison at age 16 and served 15 years for killing a man who purchased her for sex. Now, Brown's story, along with the downfall of Jeffrey Epstein and singer R. Kelly, revealed what most child sex trafficking actually looks like in America. Vulnerable kids, not kidnapped, not chained, smuggled across borders, but groomed by someone they trust and manipulated into believing they're the ones to blame for the abuse. Now, under federal law, all children who are brought and sold for this activity are victims regarding other circumstances. 30 states and the district have stopped charging minors with prostitution. Now, most states have a law that gives victims an affirmative defense. If they can prove at the time they committed a crime because they were being trafficked, they can be acquitted of certain charges against them. Now, it just so happens that Wisconsin is one of those states, and Chrystul wanted to use that law to defend her actions. Now, despite prosecutors' certainty that her crime was premeditated, her lawyer argues that she still has a complete defense to the charges. But the affirmative defense law has never been used in any homicide or any other violent crime, not in Wisconsin, and as far as advocates know, not anywhere else. Well, you gotta start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. There's a benchmark for everything, right? Now, let's fast forward to today, because Chrystul Kizer, you know, the woman who I just explained, who was accused of killing her alleged sex trafficker, is freed on bail after 2 years. Now, her $400,000 bond was paid by the Chicago Community Bond Fund, an advocacy group that has been flooded with donations in recent weeks as it worked to free protesters jailed during demonstrations that erupted after the police killing of George Floyd. Now, Kizer walked out of the Kenosha County Detention Facility wearing 2 trash bags full of letters she had received from supporters. Now, Kizer's case has received national attention and celebrities and activists behind the Me Too movement. They see her as a black survivor of sex trafficking who was defending herself when she shot and killed Randall Villar, the 34-year-old white man, in June 2018. Now, Kizer spoke with the Washington Post about her case last year. He allegedly abused her sexually for more than a year while giving her cash and gifts. Now, court records say that Villar was abusing multiple underage black girls and that police and prosecutors had video of the abuse. But for some inexplicable reason, Villar remained free while being investigated. So, I don't understand. You got evidence of this guy doing this shit, but yet he's still free while you're investigating him? Why not put him in prison and charge him while you continue the investigation? But see, that's the justice system we live in. That's the system we live in. Now, Kizer maintains that Villar was trying to pin her to the floor when she shot him twice in the head. She set his house on fire and fled in his car. Now, prosecutors charged Kizer with arson and first-degree intentional homicide. As I mentioned earlier, they argued that evidence shows Kizer's crime was premeditated and part of a plan to steal a BMW. So, I don't get that. If this girl was part of this, trying to get out of this alleged sex trafficking, right? And she's defending herself. And the BMW just happened to be there. She gets in the car and drives off in the BMW. How is that premeditated? And see, so whatever happened to the inherent right to self-defense? So George Zimmerman can use that while he pursuing a guy. He pursued and shot Trayvon Martin to death, but yet he can use the stand your ground law and he can get off scot-free, right? But this girl who went out defending herself from this guy that was abusing her mentally and physically, and yet she has to go to jail for life? That's bullshit. See, that's the justice system I'm talking about. That is the fucking double standards that we have in the justice system. That's bullshit. But yeah, man. So it goes on to say her bond was set at $1 million, but it was lowered to $400,000. So I'm glad she's out right now, and hopefully, things work out to where, she don't have to go back to jail. Because that girl literally got robbed of her teenage childhood. Like, she can never experience that again. And now this girl is traumatized mentally, allegedly. Because I want to say allegedly because I don't know where her psyche is. So I don't want to make any assumptions of whatnot about the girl. Because Who knows what her mind state is right now? But yeah, pray for that sister. Hope for that. Pray for that sister, and our sister. She be strong and man, this is tough, man. This is really tough, man. This is even really tough to talk about, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sex trafficking. It's just insane that people get away with this shit. It's just insane to me that this even goes on. Man, it pisses me off so bad. You just don't know how bad shit like this pisses me off. So I pray for that sister, man. I pray for that sister, man, for real. Hopefully, she got a what up, Too Raw? Yeah, man. I mean, it's shit crazy, man. That whole situation is just insane, man. But hey, as far as I'm concerned, they need to go ahead and apply that and let that girl out. She had every right to defend herself. You can't just be abused mentally and physically for all this time, and then you turn around and charge the girl with murder when she's been mentally, physically traumatized. Really? What up, Too Raw?
Hey, what's up, man?
Talk about this case involving Chrystul Kizer. That was the girl that she allegedly shot the her pimp in the head twice, burned his body up, and then took his car and drove off with it.
What just pisses me off the most about these types of situations, that no matter what we do, we're always looked at in the criminal scope. Like,
yeah,
it's like any other situation. Like, if this was a blonde girl, all you gotta do is keep every circumstance the same, but let that be Christina Ricci. Let that be Christina Ricci or somebody, and they be talking about how she was an innocent victim, she was used and abused, and she killed her abuser, and she doesn't belong. This would be a huge story every day on the news, and this girl wouldn't even sniff prison. She'd be a heroine. They make a movie about her. You know what I'm saying? But this, because she black, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, man, that's bullshit. So you mean to tell me that George Zimmerman, right? He basically chases Trayvon Martin and shoots and kills him, and he gets off based on some bullshit, using a bullshit defense, talk about standing your ground. But yet, you got this girl who's been physically, sexually, and mentally abused, and this wasn't no one-off. This been going on for like a year, along with multiple girls. But yet, she got to do time in jail, right? That's bullshit, man.
Yeah, man. I remember when we was at the height of the George Zimmerman Trayvon Martin situation, and I had an idiot that I had to quickly block tell me how, I guess a trained assassin can. Now, mind you, we talking about a 17-year-old boy. He said a trained assassin can use a can of iced tea and a pack of Skittles as a deadly weapon. I said, you're a racist motherfucker, man.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Racist motherfucker, man. Just racist.
I mean, it's already bad enough that that's an idiotic comment, but still.
I don't get it, man. I mean, I get it, but it just saddens me so much, man. I don't get it, man.
I just don't understand how we become the victims and all that, but yet we get made out to be the victimizer, and that's bullshit, yo.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Let me ask you this: is it known whether or not the pimp was black or white?
The pimp was white.
Oh, that's oh, that makes it even worse.
Now, mind you, she was only 16. He was 33.
Yeah.
But yet, they make the girl out to be like this. They make the girl to be the victimizer, and yet she's the victim. We've seen this time and time and time again in mainstream media. Whether it be about Mark Arbery, when Mark Arbery got gunned down in cold blood in the middle of the street by those three white hacks and shit, they made him out to be like he was some intruder.
Right. And this is another thing too. Where is Me Too movement? Yoo-hoo!
They actually showed their faces on this one.
Oh, they did? Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Tyrannosaurus Burke actually did something.
Okay. But it probably had to be pushed into it.
Probably, every time, KRS One baby sister, when she went on that goddamn TV, she did that TV interview talking about, well, it's not my job to go after everybody. All right, Crunch, your face looked like it suffered a termite invasion. I got you.
You say who, LB?
Tyrannosaurus Burke.
KRS-One, who, daughter?
He's
Tyrannosaurus Burke looked like KRS-One baby sister. But what?
Yeah, she looked like one of the things from Where the Wild Things Are.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. You know what? And the way she kind of you remember the Spider-Man movie after Tobey Maguire? They came out in like 2012.
Yeah.
And the main villain in that one was the Lizard.
Yeah.
That's Toronto Burke right there, yo.
Poor Peter Parker.
I'm getting stronger every day.
Yeah. I'm getting stronger every day.
I think I had to fight one of them. I on one of them doggone what's it called? Avengers tanks on the PlayStation 4. I had to fight one on the PlayStation 4 or something like that. And then when I killed them, they made a storyline off of that.
Yeah, man, when you see Toronto Burke, man, you see you in the street, the bridge is over. Blah,
I used to like that joint from the Black Panther movie he made. Oh yeah, stay around. All things to change around. Oh yeah. What? Oh yeah. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh yeah, that's Kendrick Lamar's song. Yeah.
Boom, boom. Well, the joint from Black Panther 1995.
Yeah, but I'll tell you this, man. Chris Parker, man, he used to took me out when they had that song "Love Is Gonna Get You." That's by the 90s. It's by 80s joint. But Chris Parker, when he adjusted the joint, I said, about time you adjusted D&D projects and all that other stuff, man. When he had Channel Live and all them, man. But Chris Parker, man, I still love Chris Parker, man. The rap game,
Yeah.
That's what I like about Chris Parker. But he sometimes when he came in the early '90s, early '90s, he said, "Man, this ain't early '88, this ain't early '85." But sometimes he'd be like, "Suck a duck, duck." Sucker MC's duck now. I said, what are you doing?
What the hell are you talking about, Graham J?
I'm talking about when they did the duck down joint. But
Oh,
it
that's
seemed like the '80s
DMX.
joint. Yeah, no, when KRS-One did that, Jake.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Okay. I was about to say, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No, I'm gonna talk about KRS-One when he did that joint, just trying to bring the late '80s, the middle '80s when he did the duck down joint. I was like, KRS, man, come on, man, bring it over here. And then he did that, Jake. But shout out to KRS-One. You know what I'm saying?
The real version,
You
not
know,
the not the female crunch bar version, but what do you think?
So you trying to say her face look like a Nestle Crunch bar?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Oh shit! Oh man!
well, I'm glad, but yeah, I heard about that stuff with the girl with trying to what's it called, man? I said, man, I'm trying to get out of this business. The girl, she tried to get out of here. If it did what it takes, you know what I'm saying. But there's I guess some people don't believe her in joint, and that pisses me off about that. That pisses me off. She tried to what's it called get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? If you don't get up out of there, you will get killed anyway. So I said, so she said, no, I ain't trying to get up out of here.
The
You
thing,
know
is,
what I'm
the
saying?
thing is, it's almost like, man, it's like with white people, man. It's a pecking order. You got white men, white women, and then I guess depending on how you look at it, black people. Some of them have us under black women, some of them have black women under us, but other minorities, Asians, and then us. Basically the skin color shit. So it's like they feel like she got to pay for killing the white guy. Like that's how you look at it. They're not looking at the other shit. They're looking at she need to pay for killing a white person.
Pretty much.
That's all they care about.
That's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
Just like the drug game, man. Just like the drug game. You can't even what's it called, man. You do all this stuff, but you're trying to get out of the game just to try to stay positive and all that other stuff, man. When you do all that other stuff, but you try to get up out of it, but they say they're gonna try to kill you. You know what I'm saying? But this just reminds me of another thing too about this. It kind of reminds me of Carol O'Connor when he had his son up there, Hugh O'Connor. You know, he trying to get out the drug game, and then I think in one of the drug people, I don't know if it was one of his goons or something like that. Try to, I think they killed Hugh O'Connor, and
No, what happened is Hugh O'Connor was addicted to drugs. He became addicted to drugs, and some of it was illicit drugs, some of it was prescription drugs because Hugh also had cancer. But eventually Hugh killed himself, and Carol O'Connor went out and tried to sue his drug dealer, and I forgot how how it played out, but I think he tried to sue the drug dealer, and I think they didn't find him liable. But then the fucking drug dealer tried to sue Carol O'Connor because Carol O'Connor called him a scumbag. So he tried to say that ruined his reputation, blah blah blah. So he went to court, and obviously, yeah. So they ruled in O'Connor's favor in that one. But yeah, his son committed suicide.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yep. You just said it on point. I see other joints, but you said it right. You said it right, man. Because when you do the drugs, man. If you can't get what you want, you gotta, you know, that's BS off of that. When you do drugs like that, you just gotta suck it up and drive on, or what's it called? You gotta suck it up and drive on, or what's it called? Don't do you just can't do the other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So rest in peace to Carol O'Connor, Hugh O'Connor. You know what I'm saying? Even though they were jackrabbits up in the atmosphere, but especially Carol, especially Daddy Carol. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, man, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how this case goes with the lady.
Yeah,
With the
you
lady.
know that's what I'm saying. I got we'll see how this case plays out, man. Hopefully, they can get this girl. Get
Too long, you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah, they done left off right here, right there.
He must have hit something.
Yeah, yeah, man. But other than that, man, you heard of the tennis news? Okay, you hear? Okay, you still here, man. I'm glad
no,
you're
but
here.
what the fuck just happened? I just got kicked
Oh
off the
no!
internet.
Oh
Yeah,
no! Now you there?
yeah. There's
Now
some
we.
other news.
Feels like somebody's watching me.
But I'm gonna tell you some other news. I know it's gonna be a short stint. It's gonna be a short stint, but there's I don't know y'all know about tennis. You know about Novak Djokovic. Novak
Oh yeah,
Djokovic.
I talked about that last night. I
Okay.
talked about that
Appreciate it.
yesterday.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, in the
Appreciate it,
video I
man.
did with about the Jabari Parker, and I talked about that in the video when I talked about Jokic and Djokovic and shit.
Yeah, man. Man,
Have
it
y'all
don't
heard
make no
about
sense, man.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead, Turo.
Oh,
You got the mic.
I was gonna say, have y'all heard about baseball coming back and the new
Yeah.
rule?
So for baseball, they're supposed to report uh, July
60
1st.
games, 60
It's a
games,
60
seven
game
games,
season.
70 games.
No, it's 60 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
No,
they were
Lamar,
debating about.
I gotta address something real quick because I got a troll in here. Lamar, you never debated, you never obliterated, you have never, and I mean never obliterated me in anything. You have a better chance of obliterating your toilet seat after you ate some bad Mexican food than you would obliterate me or any kind of debate. Now,
Lamar Lane, man. Come on, man. I
Lamar,
know.
you big dummy. Shout out to FYS Sports Debates. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the big dummy. I mean, Lamar Lane, all right?
I ain't Fred Sanford. Talking to Lamar Sanford. You coming over here, you big dummy. I put 5 of these across your lip.
No, yeah, all jokes aside, he do got a good channel, though, you know what I'm saying? Even though, the delusions of grandeur is real.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Hopefully these COVIDs, in other words, man, we can. I ain't say nuke and all that, but we can get it, make the medicines for that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Get tired uh, of all people getting messed up on this COVID-19. Then you gotta do this joint. Then you gotta do this other joint for 2 weeks, and then you try to go back to work or something like that. You still gotta have to do the mask and all that other joint. You know.
Yeah, man. Look, and I talked about this earlier this morning on my video where WWE had this outbreak down in Orlando. There's as much as 24 people tested positive for the Covidius Maximus, right? And then so I don't understand why the NBA would consider playing when you got this massive outbreak in Orlando.
I just saw
Mhm.
something yesterday, LB and JMJ, that said that they're estimating that down in Florida, approximately 20% of everybody that they're testing is testing positive.
Yeah,
It's a hot spot.
WWE.
105.
Yeah,
They're
WWE,
testing.
WWE is doing all right, but they have a plexiglass on there. But at the same time, though, you should. I
What the
know.
fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah, yeah. You got wrestlers out here wrestling out here. Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins and the rest of the people around here coming out here wrestling. UFC doing their thing out here because of the behind that COVID virus, man, and all the other stuff, man. What is hockey gonna do? What is what's it called do? NBA. By the time this is June. This is what June 25th. This is NBA month. This is NBA Finals month. This
Yeah,
is
well,
NBA
right
Finals.
now we're
Usually it's
talking.
over. It just
Today, the season's over. Tonight should supposed to be like the NBA draft and shit.
Yep, game 7 probably about the what the
Last
7th or
week,
8th.
yeah, usually
Yep,
around my birthday, June 15th, around that time is like toward the end of the finals or about the end.
yeah, last
yeah,
week
hot,
was been NBA final, game 7. So tonight
yeah.
we should be talking about the NBA draft, and then next, like 2 days after that, they start summer league.
Yeah,
That's
see,
right.
if this was the real season, Kawhi would have just won his 3rd title, and and LeBron would have lost the Western Conference Final. I mean, we don't know what would happen. We don't know.
Maybe, you remind me of too, Rob. When I used to watch the Pale Show, you remind me of Negro Damas.
Negro Dominant.
Negro Damas. What will happen to LeBron in this NBA Finals? That is a good question.
More misery.
And his headline is going to come apart again. Next question.
Right, Negro Dominant. 3 and
Oh,
7.
have mercy, man. Yeah, yeah. It could be a game 7 or somewhere. Game 7, there. By the time that NHL hockey should be have the top teams playing for the NHL Stanley Cup. And then what's it called? MLB baseball should be playing what? The
Well,
starters and starters.
baseball will be like a little over halfway into the season, and then a little bit over halfway into the season because the next month we're talking All-Star break for baseball.
Yeah, yeah. Don't forget the WNBA season. Don't forget the WNBA season. Probably open that area, right?
But the WNBA season would have started like next month.
Yeah. So we don't know what sports we're gonna watch.
You know, I was reading about I just got curious, you know what I'm saying? I might do a video about this today. About what did they do with sports a century ago when we was going through the influenza pandemic. And for the most part, they didn't stop. They
No.
just we didn't have the NFL really back then. I think it was just starting, I think 1920. You didn't have the NBA back then, but you did have Major League Baseball. And they played. They just, if I'm not mistaken, they I think they did have some stoppages, or they had like gaps in play or something like that. But from what I saw, the players wore masks. They had like photographs of players just wearing, surgical masks, like masks to prevent themselves from getting infected, and that was the same year they had the scandal in the World Series where they had to
Right.
suspend those players for lifetime and stuff.
Yeah.
But they played. But a lot of people got infected, and quite a few people died that were affiliated with baseball.
Yeah.
Including a very popular umpire I read. I might do a video about that today or tomorrow.
Yeah, man. I'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But speaking of the Covidius Maximus, right?
Right.
There's 26 states that have seen increases in cases, including California. These states are California, Texas, Florida. Florida has the highest spike. Georgia, Arizona, North Carolina, Louisiana, Ohio, Tennessee, Alabama, Washington State, Colorado, South Carolina has the second highest spike. Wisconsin, Mississippi, Missouri, Utah, Arkansas, Nevada, Kansas, Oklahoma, Delaware, Oregon, Idaho, West Virginia, Wyoming, Alaska, Hawaii, and Montana.
You know what's so funny about most of those states you named? About 90% of them?
They all in the South?
That
Most
the
of
Trump
them?
states.
But what about it? What's up?
Well, Trump pretty much tries to, not all of them. Washington wasn't a Trump state, nor Delaware, but most of them are Trump states. Well, just the fact that he and his people and his administration and the people that support him try to put out that they tend to push that talking point or that they pretty much promote that this virus isn't that serious. We need to be Americans. We got to live like Americans. We can't let a virus stop us from living our lives. And they don't want to support they're the ones that were supporting the protesters a couple of months ago that wanted to go back to their daily lives, and that this was quote unquote pretty much they was like insinuating this was like a black thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I noticed back then I said I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of those states, if it's going to be a second wave or a second surge, it's going to be mostly in those rural southern or western states. And that's where it was.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, it sucks, though.
Mind you, a couple days ago,
in North Carolina, man.
Trump had that thing in Arizona, and they packed the house for that shit. They packed the house for that damn thing. The Students for Trump little thing.
Mm-hmm.
You got Donald Trump Jr. telling corny ass jokes about Hunter Biden and all that type of shit.
So that one was packed.
Yeah, it was a packed house. Yeah, everybody talking about, this ain't real and all that. Man, get the fuck out of here. 123,000 people dead. This shit's real.
Yeah, I saw like I said in my videos quite a few times, man. I saw a nursing home, Westminster Canterbury, get wiped out because of that virus. 50 people died. 50 people died in a 2-week span or 3-week span because of that virus. So it's not like I understand people saying, okay, if you look at the numbers, it's not the death sentence that the media put out there. I get that. I agree with that. But at the same time, I'm not buying that this is like the seasonal flu. The seasonal flu hasn't recently, the regular flu, it don't wipe out, a nursing home, or it doesn't just, kill hundreds of thousands of people in a span of 3 months, or, what I'm saying? Like it doesn't act like that. 14,000 to 40,000 people a year die from the flu. That's true. But we're talking about a 12-month span. This thing has only been around since really March here, and it's already killed 120,000 people. So this is already more virulent than the flu.
Exactly. So it's not bullshit.
Right. So and we're talking about a 3-month span, and we're not even in the quote unquote flu season. when it's probably going to crank up again.
Around October.
Yes, that's the thing that's tripping me out, LB, is that the heat, by it being warmer, is actually suppressing the virus. And we're still having people die. So, the thing about it, it's going to stay with us, and it's probably going to get, unfortunately, worse by the fall and winter.
Yep.
So it's
even I had really few people that didn't show up, refused to wear masks. Yeah, I know. You know why they're doing that? Because of the misinformation that's being put out, and they believe in that bullshit. Now, ironically, there's 12 states that have seen decreases in cases, which is Illinois, Maryland, Virginia, Indiana, Minnesota, Nebraska, Rhode Island, D.C., New Hampshire, North Dakota, Maine, and Vermont.
And the majority of those are blue states. I mean, it's not that simplistic, though. There's a lot to do with who is the governors of those states, the leaders of those states, which way they, what methods they are using to try to slow down the virus. But more than not, though, I've noticed that the leaders of those states were Democrats. I didn't notice that.
Yeah. I picked up on that too. And ironically, Maryland is led by a Republican governor, by Larry Hogan.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he to me, he's doing a good job down in Maryland, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he seems to me to be more of a, I guess what you call a moderate Republican.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like Roy Cooper up in North Carolina, you know what I'm saying? And this is the part that trips me out about with Trump and Roy Cooper. They say they was threatening threatening to take the Republican convention out.
They did. They moved it to Florida.
Yep. And I was like, man, you gotta have more common sense than any other sense in the world. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what Roy Cooper is doing now.
Yeah. Oh, we all know Georgia governor idiot. You can throw Florida's governor in there too. Both of them. Look. To me, that you got voter suppression going on in Georgia. You have voter suppression going on in fucking Kentucky as well. Huh?
Oh no, my bad. I was talking to family member. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Don't be surprised if you see voter suppression rears ugly head again come November.
Yeah.
I talked about this. Now I'm gonna cover this. I'm gonna cover this again. So, Mitch McConnell, right? Moscow Mitch. Money making Mitch. All these guys. That dude, right? So, look, everybody talk about the president, right? The president ain't nothing more but a figurehead. The most important people is at the Senate. The Senate majority leader, to me, is the most important position outside the president.
Yeah,
because he's the one that's gonna be, bringing bills to the table, things being brought to a vote and all that. The Senate majority leader, outside the president, in my opinion, is the most important position someone can hold. If you got a bad person holding that shit, like Mitch McConnell, man, look, there's a reason why FedEx and UPS got funding and the United States Postal Service did not.
Oh yeah, you touched on that the other day.
Yep. Well, one thing I hadn't touched on, but I read a report about that, right? The police unions are dumping millions of dollars to stop police reform from happening. And who told y'all that was going to happen? Me, this guy,
Yeah.
LB over to Wakefield Jones, try to look out for Maxine Sharp. Who did this for you? And Queen Latifah said, "Who did this for you?" I wouldn't show my face. I will show my face. Matter of fact, let me show my face. He said, who looked out for you for this? And then doggone, what's it called? He said, "What he do this?"
Well, you know what, Tommy Brown.
Yeah, Overton Wayfield Jones looked out for Maxine Shaw when she was messing up on that joint on Living
Yeah.
Single. You know what I'm saying? Who did this? Who did this? Gave the cute dog and all that other stuff, man. Man. So, man, salute to y'all, brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? Ticket to everybody else, man. We try to do this for us, man, so we can have an equality in this game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Try to do the equality in this game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. That was all about. Yang yang in the thing. I don't know. When I heard Georgia, man, you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, that song just automatically came up, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But other than that, salute to that girl that's trying to get the hell out, what she going through, the POW type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So other than that, man, let me let you go, brothers. Man, you and Too Raw. I'm listening to y'all every day. Smash that like button. You know what I'm saying? Too Raw, man. Too Raw LB. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. You already know what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? This ain't never gonna stop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I one fellas. One.
What?
Be one.
All right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, that man, I'll tell you, man, that whole thing with and then Trump just he's just an idiot. He got people running cover for him, and then when they run back and ask him, "Hey, so were you kidding when you said that you wanted to slow the test to die?" I don't kid. He just practically do all his defense people that ran cover for him under the bus.
Sometimes LB, I be wondering, like, is he trying to lose?
I really do think so.
I mean, it's either one thing. It's either one or two things. Either at some level he's tired of it. He don't want to admit it, but he's tired of being president. He can't handle the job, and he wants to lose, or he's losing his mind. I don't know what I can't understand how a man running for president would publicly admit that he wants less testing to make his numbers look better at the expense of people possibly spreading the virus. Like I don't get this guy.
Yeah, it don't make sense. I mean, amongst the other idiotic statements he has made, I think this was up there in the top 10.
Yeah, I think the worst one was the bleach thing, though, man.
That's definitely number one.
That was definitely Homer Simpson-esque.
Yeah, it definitely that definitely by far the number one. So you mean to tell me you're trying to lighten your ass and you take some bleach and then it'll knock it out in a minute? I'm like, motherfucker, is you crazy, man? This is one of the times I wish I was like a fly. Man, mutating to somebody, have everybody run out the fucking room. But
yeah, I don't get it, man. It's just
yeah, they talking about taking bleach and shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then this the thing: you have people out there dumb enough to do this shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. There were a couple of cases locally where I'm at where some people had to be hospitalized for ingesting bleach.
So let me get this straight. I was born in 1979. So if bleach could kill you in 1979, I'm pretty sure it will still kill you in 2020.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then this thing too, Raw. You had people calling the CDC. You had people calling the CDC asking them questions about the fucking, was bleach safe for you? I'm like, all you have to do is read the back of the fucking bottle.
I swear, I don't understand where these people are coming from. Where are these people coming from? I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, I know. I talked about that. When you'd like to know, I did a live stream about that about a month ago. About you had two men in Atlanta. One guy drank bleach. Another guy made a fucking cocktail out of fucking disinfected beer and some.
I'm starting to wonder. I'm starting to wonder. Like, okay, is it that most elections, like, because like most elections, half the people don't vote, right? So that's
Right.
millions and millions of people. All right, so I'm wondering is it that the moron vote, the slow voters, people that ride a short bus, like Trump appeals to them, and they just coming out in the millions voting for him, and we're not noticing it or something? Because I'm like, how do you not know that bleach is harmful if swallowed? It says it on the fucking bottle.
It says right there in bold capital letters, yo. They say it in bold capital letters. Hey, get this too, Raw. So get this. Say, one man drank bleach and the other ingested a mixture of household cleaners, beer, medication, and mouthwash.
Stupid mother.
Woo! Woo! Oh, God.
I bet he was puking.
Puking shit. The motherfucker better be glad that's the least he doing.
I know, but I know he puking.
Yeah.
I bet it was projectile vomit.
That motherfucker pissing. That motherfucker probably pissing and shitting in both sides of his mouth, both sides of his fucking hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's the kind of information you put out there, man. When you put that kind of information out there, when motherfuckers out there, it's just so hard to say. But Trump got that base to where they will literally jump off the bridge for him.
And that's what makes him so dangerous, is because he's the president of the United States, and a man that incompetent shouldn't be in that position. I mean, that's just the bottom line. I know we make all these jokes and all that, but the man just isn't like me personally. I wonder if he had a stroke or something. I seriously, because I listened to Trump talk in interviews years ago, and he sounds nothing like the way he sounds now. Like I'm wondering if he's had like a stroke and they've been covering it up, and he's not in his right mind, but for whatever reason they just flowing with it. He just sounds like a babbling idiot. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a racist motherfucker, but Trump used to be able to hide that shit. Trump used to have a vocabulary that was more than 100 words. You know what I'm saying? Like the dude is a babbling idiot.
Yeah, that's what I say. I mean, he is. Oh my God, he is like fucking. Like, I don't even know what words to describe how much of a bumbling idiot he is. But yeah, and then earlier today he went on and talk about Obamagate. I'm like, damn man, can you get Obama's name out your mouth for once?
But what did he say about Obama this time?
He kept bringing up Obamagate.
Well, what's Obamagate? I guess the fact that he was supposedly born in another country.
No, it had everything to do with the what the fuck was Obamagate about? And I gotta look it up now.
Okay.
But yeah, Trump University is trending again, and the students, the Trump co-founder, the co-founder for Trump University, pleads guilty to $46,000 fraud scheme.
Oh my God, man! This dude is Noam Chomsky came out. He's like a respected intellectual in his country.
Yeah,
he came out and called Trump the biggest criminal in American history.
I believe that. Oh, it had everything to do with General Michael Flynn.
You talking about Benghazi?
No, the Benghazi thing was a whole different issue, but this has something to do with General Flynn and his dealings with the FBI director James Comey.
Okay.
So they say so Michael Flynn was the national security advisor under Obama, right?
Right.
Under President Obama. So whatever kind of shady deals he did, he fired him. Obama fired him, and then he warned Trump not to hire him, and Trump hired him anyway.
Right.
But this is my thing too, Raw. This is my thing, right? If Trump so-called hired all the best people, right? He keeps firing them and saying they're a disgrace. What that say about you?
That your judgment sucks.
I mean, what did that say about Trump? He hires all the best people, but yet he's firing them like 2 months into their thing.
He can't hire nor judge worth a damn. He's an idiot. And
I remember.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Keep cooking.
And it seems like he maybe on some level hires people that are like him, morally corrupt and criminals.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the dude just is a douchebag of the highest order, man. Just terrible, horrible human being, man. I don't think he has a conscience, to be honest with you, man. I don't think he has a conscience. I look at him react to certain situations, and it's not normal. He kind of reminds me of what happened to Christian Bale's character 40 years later or whatever from American Psycho and shit.
Right?
That's what he kind of reminds me of. Like I think the dude is a sociopath, man. I'm not saying he's a serial killer or like that, but he comes across to me as a sociopath. Like it's nothing. He's not normal.
Yep.
Like I remember one time, I think it was a couple of months ago, there was a tornado outbreak. So, I forgot which state it was in. Maybe it was Tennessee or something like that. And he was talking to, the camera crews, and he was like, most presidents or most political leaders, even if they don't really fucking mean it, they would feign sympathy. They would say something like to the people in this town, they suffered a horrific tragedy. I heard about one story, young man lost his life. They would talk like this. One kid I heard, he spun up in the air and he landed and said, 6 miles, 5 miles away. Amazing. Fuck you mean amazing, you stupid idiot?
Yeah, what the fuck is he talking about?
Right, like what is wrong with you? You're a politician. God damn. I don't know.
Piss you off, don't it?
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Dumbass, man. I mean, just dumb as fuck. But hey, I'm
Yeah.
about to end this. I got to end this stream because I got some business I got to take care of real quick. But I'm gonna come back in here probably by an hour, probably by hour and a half. I'm probably just gonna open up for open topics and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I ain't really got shit going on, man. But yeah, Trump is a fucking idiot, man. You know what I'm saying? And Joe Biden ain't no better. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look. And I mean, I hate when we just sit up here and settle, man. Blacks just settle for far too fucking long.
Yeah.
You can't just sit up here and fucking, get on Amy Klobuchar for her record, but yet you turn a blind eye to Kamala Harris's record, all because, we got to get Trump out of office.
Yeah. Or because maybe they think she's pretty on the eye to them or something, so they give her a pass for some reason. And, I don't understand why people feel like they can't vote third party or not vote at all. Right. You have an option. You're not obligated to vote for the Democratic Party.
Yeah, you're not obligated to vote for these hacks.
Nor are you obligated to vote at the top of the ticket. You can go on election day and skip president and go from governor or senate down. You ain't got to vote for them.
Yeah, and you ain't gotta vote for them, man. You know what I'm saying? That's bullshit, though, man. Our motherfuckers out here, oh man, bro, we love Kamala Harris. Man, fuck out of here, man. Nobody was trying to vote for her ass, man. Fuck that.
Nah.
But yeah, I gotta split. I got a meeting I gotta do here in a little bit. So I'm gonna holler at y'all later on. Smash the like, hit the subscribe, man. This your boy. Scream at me. Oh!